Hey YouTube, this is Zach, coming to you from Kai Bay Village and Koh Chang, Thailand. I'm going to talk to you today about food poisoning, and food poisoning specifically here in Thailand, because I've went through it twice now, just for the second time a few days ago. As we walk and talk, I'm going to show you Kai Bay. It's really slow, but it's been perfect for me. But anyways, a few nights back, I went out to eat. I was, craving some comfort food, you might say. And I found a burger joint that I won't name, and I won't even be walking by it today. Not a big deal, you know what I mean? It's not far from here, but it's not close either, so I don't think you'll be able to, hopefully, because like I said, I'm not trying to draw heat to these people, but the thing is a couple days before the incident, that's what we're gonna call it, it's nice back there, I'd ate at the place before, maybe 2 or 3 nights before. And it was a great experience. It was great food, and I was completely content with my selection, you know what I mean? Like literally, I was happy. I ate, I got full, 2-3 course meal, or what do you want to say, 2-part, 3-part meal, not just one thing. And I carried on my business, and a few days later I was hungry, and I said, hey, that place, they're open, they've been open late, so I came down and grabbed another bite. And come to find out though, like 3 or 4 hours later, it turned ugly, really ugly. And this was the second time this has happened in Thailand for me, so I knew what to expect. Luckily, it wasn't as bad as the first time that it happened, you know what I mean? Nowhere near as, I don't know what you want to say, I'm not looking for a nice word, just not as bad. So, I don't know what to say about it. Is out of two out of the 4 trips I've came here, I've gotten sick from food. And it's been Thai food and Western food. So it wasn't like, oh, stay away from this, you'll be okay, stay away from that, you'll be fine, because that's not the case. The first time it happened was on Khao San Road, and it was real bad. I was staying at a little guest house, luckily not far from there, and I was eating some kind of chicken on a stick from a vendor right at like one of the ends of Khao San Road, and there he had a line of 5, 6, 8 people, like big line. So you just, hey, it must be all right, he's out here cooking hopefully regularly, you don't know. And I know I woke up sometime in the middle of the night, was woken up out of, I had been having fun on Khao San Road, so I was sleeping well, and at some point in the evening I wasn't sleeping anymore, and I dealt with that for like a serious 18 hours of straight, sitting on the throne, whatever you want to say. I'm trying to be nice here, you know what I mean? Because I could totally tell you exactly how it is, but YouTube's not gonna like that. But it was rough, and it was horrible. And this time wasn't so bad, but it was, it was the same situation, kind of, where I felt comfortable eating what I was going to eat. And in the end, there was nothing about it being comfortable, you know what I mean? And to really explain, is what I'm thinking is, there's really no way that I found out where you can be 100% sure that that's not going to happen, because I've, followed all the rules and followed all the things that they say online about what you do and where you pick and choose how you feel yourself. And so far I must be missing the lesson, or I just have really, really bad luck, or it just happens over here to foreigners more than people tell, which, I don't know. You watch enough travel vlogs, they all talk about being sick once or twice or many times, so maybe it's not just me and it's just the places I'm going. But I love this place, and I don't feel anything ill towards Thailand or this, town, or what it looks, the next village over or whatever. I know things happen, but I do know that whatever I ate the first night at that place was probably the same stuff I ate 2 or 3 days later, is what I, kind of came to the conclusion I have came to. And it's, you just don't know. You hope the people would throw something away, but there's a big chance that, you know, they're gonna hold on to it till it's gone. I don't know, you know, I really just don't know. Kai Bay is really nice, guys. It's a Friday afternoon and there's nothing going on. I mean, it's too bad for the people who have businesses here, I understand, but as my vacation, it's been great. Literally. Oh, we're gonna run across the street here and look at this. Nice little island river. Looks like there's an ID down there or something. I don't know if you can see that white thing in the water. It looks like an identification card. But you know, I don't know what to tell you if you've never been here. I don't have any new rules other than what you can read online of how to avoid food poisoning. Is just, it's the luck of the draw. I mean, it could be Thai food, it could be Western food, it could be, you know, meat on a stick at 3 o'clock in the morning, just depending where you're going, you know what I mean? It's just a part, if you're going to places where you're not used to, your stomach, you know, your stomach isn't used to the microbes that these people's stomachs are, and sometimes it can pack a punch, and it definitely did for me. I hope that the idea of food poisoning wouldn't shoo anybody off from traveling to these cool places like Koh Chang or anywhere else in Thailand, because they truly are amazing places, amazing people that really care about their food. So that's why, you know, I don't think, maybe the first time, that guy, the first time on Khao San, he might have just not gave a shit. But I know the people that I was eating from the other night, they generally do care. It's all homemade. It's slow times here, so they're probably not throwing as much as away, you know what I mean? That's just all that's the conclusion I could come to. But beyond that, like, I've had a great time. The only thing that bugged me about it was, you know, I'm going home here in a few days because I got some plans for a future trip, that it's just better that I go home now instead of stay here for another month to save money to get to these next destinations. It'll be a good idea to go home and take care of some business, and then hopefully a couple weeks, you know, maybe in 3 or 4 weeks I can be on the road again. But it just sucks because this is like the last week I was going to be here, and half of it I've been, you know, for 3.5 days I was sick as a dog. The first 2 worse than the third, but it's still, you know, not exactly the best circumstances to be stuck on a desert island. Not a desert island, but, you know, a tropical island where you're trying to spend like some really cool rest and relaxation time, you know what I mean? And it's just the way it is. I know every traveler I watch on YouTube's been through it, so, and I knew that the first time it happened. But, you know, that don't mean don't experiment with foods, because I had a great meal today that I probably would have never gotten if this hadn't happened to me this week. So, you know, something comes out of everything, you know, be it good or bad, that's usually on you, right? So I bought this shirt. If you can see this new shirt, I bought this shirt here. I was trying to make a video earlier on the motorbike and the sound was horrible, but somehow I walked down here again telling the same story I was telling on the motorbike. So I'm not going to buy another shirt because she didn't really have any more than the one I bought that I liked. So it was like, you know, okay, I'll get the one. But anyways, guys, that's my story of food poisoning in Thailand. You know, you just never know. I thought I knew what I was doing over here, being the 4th trip over. But maybe I wasn't the only one sick that night, or maybe it was just me, because it could be my sensitive gut, because I have a weak gut. It's not like I can't just eat everything, you know. So I don't know. It's Thailand. It's a great place. Don't let scary food poisoning stories scare you off, because I know some people, I know it does. But, you know, people come over here for 20 years and it never happens to them, you know. So it's just a person by person basis, and don't let it stop you. So anyways, guys, this has been Zach here, coming to you from Kai Bay Village in Koh Chang, Thailand. I'll see you, probably see you in the next one. We may be a little farther down the line now. Later.